Alright, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today, but let's start out with talking about the upcoming UK Pro and some of the athletes that are competing in that show, give you a preview of some of their physique, some of the top guys in this lineup. Starting with William Martins, who just posted an update really minutes ago, saying he weighs 125 kilos in this photo, and we're less than 3 days out now. So he's 275 pounds at a few days out from the show. This is a pretty big dude. A lot of people were talking about him when they saw him on the competitor list. In this picture, from the back, from the side, he looks pretty good. I think we've seen better conditioning from him before. I mean, for a couple days out, he doesn't look as crazy peeled as I'd expect. And the reason I say that is because some of the other guys that we're going to talk about in this lineup, I really think this is probably going to come down to a conditioning battle, because a lot of these guys, especially some of them that we just saw in Italy, like Andrea Presti, for example, just bring extraordinary conditioning. And I think he does look better in these pictures than he looked in the video. The video was from yesterday. But kind of what I'm talking about here, I mean, it's not like he looks like he's out of shape, but you don't really see a whole lot of detail for a guy that's just days away from a show. The chest, for example, he's got a little bit of striations, but really not super deep striated. His legs, a little bit of separation, but not super detailed. His midsection, you can see, looks a little bit distended even in the most muscular pose. So William is a great bodybuilder, really big dude, but I don't know if this is going to be one of his better showings based on some of these updates. But he'll likely be towards the top of this lineup. Let me show the lineup again, actually, just to refresh your memory. So you've got a pretty good number of guys here. You got Ahmad Al-Rafael, Morgan Asti, Lewis Breed, Lewis being another guy that's known for really good conditioning, Ali Edward, Enrico Hoffman, who we just saw at the Italy Pro, Lorenzo Lue, who we just saw at the Italy Pro, Josh Malley, Jackson Mao, Patrick Moore making his big return here, Mo and Sauer, Andrea Presti, Bruno Santos, who just did really well at the Italy Pro, third place there for Bruno. You've also got Vilius Sosnovskis, Mariusz Tomzik, and William Martins, who we just spoke about a second ago. So as you can see from this lineup, this is going to be an interesting show because of the fact there's not really a crystal clear frontrunner, because there's not really any big names in this lineup. But I would say my frontrunner would be Andrea Presti, just based on how he looked in Italy, how he stood next to Hunter Labrada. It was a pretty impressive package from him. We haven't seen him next to Lewis Breed, though, who I'm also very impressed by. Patrick Moore, kind of a wild card here, not knowing how he's going to look after being away for so long. And like I said, Bruno, who was top 3, Bruno Santos, top 3 in Italy, he looked really impressive there as well. Very, very muscular dude. So it doesn't really look like any of these guys have posted any new physique updates this week. So if we look at the call out from Italy, the first call out, you see Hunter Labrada in the center there. To the left of Hunter, the immediate left, is Andrea Presti. And to the left of Andrea Presti, the immediate left, that's Bruno Santos. To the immediate right of Hunter Labrada in the blue trunks, that's going to be Lorenzo Lue. And then right next to Lorenzo, on the right in the purple trunks, that's going to be Enrico Hoffman. All of those guys are doing this show in the UK. And I would say the best of all those guys, and that's also reflected by his placing, would be Andrea Presti. And that's kind of why I feel he's the favorite going into this. I even saw people making the argument after the Italy show. There were actually people saying that they thought he beat Hunter Labrada, or should have beat Hunter Labrada. Now, I'm not personally one of those people. I think Hunter Labrada deserved that win 100%, but he was that good that this was a show that Hunter Labrada came into as just this dominant favorite. And the fact that anybody was even talking about Andrea Presti beating Hunter Labrada is a huge compliment to Andrea Presti. And I think the main reason for people saying that was Andrea Presti was in such amazing shape at that show. His conditioning was really good. Again, despite the lighting, you can see it even in this video. The lighting is just, I've said it 20 times now, but it's terrible. It's not doing any of these guys any favors. And again, to the left of Andrea, you've got Bruno Santos, who was third at this show. He was really impressive, too. I mean, he's got a ton of muscle on his physique. I think he's probably going to be pretty competitive in this UK lineup. But I still would have to say, out of all these guys that are doing the UK show that just did Italy, I think Andrea is the front runner amongst them. Now, another guy we've got to talk about that's doing this show is Lewis Breed. We just saw Lewis do both the Texas Pro and the Tampa Pro. At the Tampa Pro, he earned himself a top 5 fifth place placing, and did slightly better at the Texas Pro, earning himself a top 4 fourth place placing in Texas. So this update that you're looking at right here was the most recent one of him. It's 2 days old. It's of his back. He looks really impressive here, but he posted another update 4 days ago that I wanted to show you guys that I thought looked really, really gnarly. Just the level of vascularity that he's displaying in this, and you can tell he's in crazy condition. And I think as you watch this video of Lewis Breed and you look back at William Martin's update and what I said about William and how I think this is going to be a very condition-focused competition, and how I felt that William doesn't look super peeled in his updates, it's updates like this from guys like Lewis Breed that make me think Williams' conditioning isn't quite up to snuff here. I mean, Lewis looks absolutely gnarly, and I think the beautiful thing about this lineup is the fact that really any of these guys could win this thing. They're all kind of on a pretty level playing field here because there's no clear standouts. Like I said, when you've got a name like a Hunter Labrada or a Andrew Jacked in a lineup, you kind of know that that's probably the guy that's going to win. When you don't have any big names in a lineup, this could go to anybody. This could go any which way, and I think it's going to be a very competitive show and a very interesting one. And as far as Patrick Moore, we don't have any more new updates from Patrick besides the one that I showed you guys in the last video. But again, he's kind of a wild card here too. But based on what we've seen from all these guys, my top 4, in no particular order, would include Andrea Presti, I would say Bruno Santos. I would also say Lewis Breed. Potentially Patrick Moore, but I'm really not sure. And I would say of those 4 guys, probably either Andrea or Lewis would be my pick to win. But that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification icon, and I will see you guys again on Sunday as far as coverage for this show, because this show will be a Sunday show, but I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another video, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, I love you guys, appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at NickStrengthPower. My Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power. My secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.